Okay. So we live. Get us on.
We good? We all right? We.
What happened?
Is he all right?
Gucci.
Okay.
Is he all right?
I don't see a picture on my laptop here. What happened?
Something disconnected. I don't know. Something just unplugged. Is he all right?
Oh my gosh.
Am I working?
Okay, there we are.
Am I on?
Yeah.
All
All right. Are we back?
Can you guys hear us?
Yeah. If y'all can hear us,
Send us a hootie hoo.
Thumbs up, something. Let us know.
sheesh.
If you
All right. So
Just say, Key, I hate you and I hate your life.
right, something.
What do you mean
Give us
right?
Something. Okay. All right.
We good?
Clean. That's right.
Nice.
Listen, we gonna stop fooling around with the process. The process works, so this is the process we gonna use.
We back, baby.
That's it. So, thank you everybody for sticking with us. Steve said, "Hootie hoo."
Yeah.
All right, so let's get this off the screen and let's get to work, man. We got so much stuff to get to.
Man, we owe them the story. We owe them the peanut in the pool. They wanted to know what we were saying. We owe it to them. Let's hurry up and make it a bridge version.
Listen.
Let's do it. What
I
you got?
won't. You said it's
Listen,
okay.
I just want to know, how do y'all feel at home? Is it okay? Is it ever okay to go ahead and pee in the pool? Whether you a guy, women, female, is it ever okay to pee in the pool?
You know the answer. We went through this.
If
But the answer
you
is
are-
no.
No.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, hey, let's go. Get some
Oh,
clarity in the situation.
He gonna say with his chest.
Let's get some
If
clarity.
you are a senior citizen and you just cannot get out in time and you know you can't get out in time, like when you that old, you know whether or not you're gonna make it. If you ain't gonna make it, listen, go ahead and stare at me all you want. You can do it all you want, bro. When I turn 80, 90 years old, if I know I ain't gonna make it,
Yo, if you 90 in
I'm
the
gonna
pool,
stare right
I'ma
at
clap.
you while I'm peeing too.
And I'm like, no, you know he was staring in the sideline like, bravo, everybody clear the pool.
That's it.
Now you're in the toilet.
Big old
Clear
blue
pool.
cloud puffed up around me in the pool.
His shorts and filled out.
Hold on,
Right.
Key. Hold on, Key. Because Key is he's not having it.
Not having
No
it.
situation. Okay, boom.
Ain't no boom. Okay.
We at a park. We're in the
Okay.
pool, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
You can see the restroom from the pool. It's like the Bill Stadium.
I
Baby.
like where this is going.
What you gonna do, Key?
You can see the restroom from the pool.
You can see it, but the line is so long. You like, bro, I gotta go and I gotta go back. I ain't gonna make it.
Are you by your?
But you in
Why
the
are you
pool.
waiting to the last minute? This is what I'm saying. If you feel a little tinkle, you be like, yo, that line looking hella long. Let me get up in there. Or if you frolicking, if you on that the high slide,
Yeah.
and you frolicking like, I got to do the slide before I get up out of here.
Yeah.
You better go to your car, open the front door and the back door, and have somebody stand behind you, and you let it fly. There is no reason to be. I will grab you from the underarm up and pull you out of the pool if you're a senior citizen and you need assistance. I will
Okay,
get you.
listen, if that's what you want to do, you are more than welcome to help me out of the pool so I can pee. But if it come out while you holding me, don't get mad.
It's on me. It's not on everybody else in the pool. I
Okay,
don't want this one in the
all right.
toilet.
Fair
All
enough.
right, now, Key.
Fair enough.
Last one. If you had to go in the pool, ain't nobody gonna know, baby.
When I put that little blue cap in there,
Ain't nobody gonna know.
This is the thing that kills me. If you stranded in the desert, right? You can survive drinking your own pee for a certain period of time. It's not gonna kill you.
Right.
So if it's not gonna kill you, then what's wrong with getting it?
if I'm in the pool
it's
and I'm
chlorine in
swimming
the pool anyway.
you one of them. If I'm in the pool and I'm swimming and it's cool here and I hit a pocket of warm, hell no, we got a box. I'm boxing anybody in that facility.
He don't care how much chlorine in the pool.
Yo, you touch my forehead. We gotta go.
No, I'll be honest. For somebody that loves swimming underwater like that, if I swim into a very warm area of the pool,
like,
man.
I might have an issue.
You
with
like
that.
fam.
I might have an issue with that.
I'll hop on like, you foul.
Steve said, "You're not coming to my pool party." Listen, if I'm 90, I'm coming. I don't care what you say.
Hey,
when I turn 90 years old, I'm doing whatever I want to do.
Yo.
What they gonna do?
Yo.
Put me in jail?
Yo, when I'm 70, I'm doing whatever I want. I'm telling you.
Right, exactly.
You can't say that. Why not? I'm an old man. I did my
I'm
time.
on the way out, baby. It's happening.
I put 70 years on this. I can say what I want to say.
That's
Do
right.
you know about the struggle? You weren't here for
gonna
the
do?
struggle.
Not a thing. Not a thing.
And no, I cannot swim on my back. I don't know why I can't backstroke or float backwards. It's weird, but whatever.
You tried holding your breath?
Is that how you do it? You hold your breath?
So if you have air in your lungs, your chest, it automatically will like put you up.
Yeah.
Because what I noticed when you float, like when you stop breathing, is when you start to sink. But if you like, as long as there's air in there, it'll keep you up there.
I think I might actually bend my back too much too. Yeah. Because I was like a reverse rainbow. Oh, it's a wrap. Be in the air and I'll get a handstand going on. Yeah. Okay, stuff we heard. Hassan Reddick requested trade from the Jets already.
For what?
Because they won't give him the extension he wanted.
Ooh.
Oh. Wait, did they traded for him or they
traded for him.
Yeah, they had to.
They traded for him. Yeah. And now he wanted an extension. They won't give him what he wants, so he wants out.
Why even trade for the dude if you didn't want to give him an extension? That's stupid.
Well, what is his contract?
Exactly. Like, he traded for him knowing that he needed a contract.
Does he need one or does he want one? How many?
I think he need one.
Let me take a look at it, but he might. I'm not sure.
That's weird. That's just weird.
I'm like, hey, bro, I'm not about to get this dude knowing he need a contract and like, where's my contract?
You know what I'm saying?
We'll pay you something.
But then again, you got to think about it. They might have been trying to get him for a 1-year rental.
That's true.
They could have been trying to do that 1-year rental thing.
How silly is that? They had so much cap space going into this season, right? And the only other benefit to not signing him is if he leaves, they get the compensatory pick, right? And if they get a compensatory pick with a guy like Hassan Reddick, it's going to be a higher pick. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the only benefit that I can see to not signing a guy like that. But
okay, he had voided years, and they're all voided. So
so they voided the years, and they had him thinking because they voided the years, they would give him a new contract.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Interesting. So is this? What do you guys think about that? Is that a new trend? Like, is that the reason the Texans did it?
What's that?
It's just like trading for a player, voiding the rest of the years on their contract, and basically having them on a 1 year and then letting them go after that.
I mean, I don't think it's a trend, but I think that's something that people will do when they think they're one piece away. Like we talked about with with the players that we've done it for, not making sense. With your 1-year deals, with your MVS and stuff like that, when that's not the piece that we needed to get over the top. That's a piece that contributes, but it's not the piece that you need to get there. Right. If we had everything we had last year, like we had a prime player with everything we had, and we needed that other safety, then you go, okay, Justin Simmons will go grab him, give him a year, send him a boatload of cash and say, okay, let's hopefully we get it. If we don't, we don't, but we have to shoot for the fence. Yeah. In Reddick's case, I mean, he's 30 years old. 31 next year, and so on and so forth. Under contract, he was there until 2027, which is 33 season. He wants his money, and if you're looking at his money, what he's owed here, you're looking at $5 million for 26 and $3 million for 27. That's just not going to get it done.
Yeah. Roy says, but doesn't MVS have 4 void years also?
Roy, yes, and I'm upset about that, and that's what I'm saying. They went and got MVS. And they added the 4 void years to lessen his cap hit. So the Bills, he's got void years.
Are you serious?
Yeah. MVS says I'm going to pull it right now.
So how long is his contract? 4 years?
I think it was a 1 year with voided years on it.
Well, I mean, they would have to. Wouldn't they have to list it as a 4-year contract though?
It is, but the 3 years are void years. That's when you have to re-sign them.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I know that means essentially it's only a 1-year deal, but I just mean like, what could possibly be the reason that they sign a guy to that kind of a contract? Like what's the purpose of a contract like that with all these voided years on it? Because
he wouldn't take a 1-year deal for $1.2 million. So basically what's happening is he wants a certain amount of money we couldn't afford to pay him in one season. So they put 3 void years on it to spread out his cap hit. So he gets the money that he wants, but on our books, it looks like we're only paying him $2 million or whatever it is when he actually gets, whatever the value of his contract is.
But don't we still take a dead cap hit if we release him on one of the voided years?
Mm-hmm. It counts regardless. So only way you get your money out of the voided years is if you re-sign him.
But I think with his is what, $1 million.
It's not much, but still.
It's not a lot, but I just mean asset allocation. Like, what are we? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you preach to the choir. I mean, his in
was
his case
it
is
that
not
necessary
bad.
to get him just to do all this?
No. And that's what I'm saying. And that's why I said that one piece. If you want that one piece, that safety, something like that. But this is the kind of contract you give to that guy that is going to put you over the top. And as we saw on Saturday, it ain't him.
Which at this point, he might not make the team, bro.
I don't think he will. And everybody's talking about how much he got up front, his guarantees. I don't care about $2 million. We just gave Steph 31.
Hey, they was talking about it over the show. I was listening to a show they was talking about it. Basically, they said the difference between MVS and Shavers comes at $1 million cheaper than MVS.
And Shavers
to do the same thing. Who's actually younger and actually can contribute.
Younger, has hands. I mean, he's just not as fast. That's the only difference.
Right.
What else? So I don't know. Oh, go ahead.
I got a question.
Okay.
Y'all know who would y'all like the Bills to grab a quarterback? Because y'all know Shane Buechele is hurt.
But we got DiNucci. We got Ben DiNucci now.
Yep.
But now, do you think? I think he's just a placeholder just to get somebody in there.
That's what Buechele was.
Do you want to? Oh, so you're cool with just the two, him and Mitch?
That's what they're gonna do anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, they're only gonna do two.
Okay.
If that's what they're going to take into the season anyway, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, there was no question that they were gonna have two or not three. People, well, what if we're not doing three? Yeah. And damn sure ain't Buechele.
Excuse me, if they really want to get fancy, they can see, which of the players that used to play quarterback in high school or something wants to throw the ball around for the third preseason game.
Yo, that would be hilarious. Tyler Grable as a quarterback?
There you go.
That would be hilarious. A left tackle. Fighting for a left tackle, let him throw.
Let him get it in.
Roy said Dominic DiNucci is the most famous DiNucci.
DiNucci.
I mean, I don't know who that is, but I barely knew who Ben DiNucci was.
I know the name. Hold on, let me look at it because I know the name. Now, Roy, I know I'm gonna let you down here. But.
Okay.
I mean, hey, the Colts, man. Did y'all see that Colts and Broncos game?
No. Oh, he's a wrestler.
34-30 the preseason game.
Really?
Yes. Yo, but here's the funny thing. How many quarterbacks do you think Indiana put in the game?
Ooh.
4.
1.
5. Bro, they have 5 quarterbacks.
The Bears played 4.
Did they?
Yeah, actually they did.
They had 4?
They sure did, yeah.
Bro, how you got 5 quarterbacks on your team?
That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right, because they're trying out.
Now,
right, exactly.
Now, I would go for that, Key. Me and you are here.
Yeah.
However, I'm thinking they put him out there because they don't want nobody to get hurt.
Right.
So they put, hey, you, what's your name? Yeah, go ahead, get out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think, like, honestly, as far as the starters goes, but I don't think people care about preseason no more, man. Even the players, like, they don't care, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They just going through the motions.
Yeah.
The only people who should care is the people like the rookies and the people who's trying to make the team.
The fringe vets, yeah.
I put it to you this way. From a coach's perspective, if I'm a coach, for me, the preseason is to get my rookies acclimated to the speed of the NFL.
Yep.
Right? I know you played in college. You may have been good, but I need you to understand that this NFL speed is not the same as college. And the only way I can tell you all day, but until you experience it. Exactly. So I would want them to play so they can get the game speed. But everybody else, like my starters, bro, to them, and they ain't getting paid for it.
Right. That's
like, hey, Key, we need you to go to, Key's working aviation. We need you to go to work, but it's just practice. You ain't getting paid.
Yeah, we ain't getting paid. You don't have to rebook everything, but you ain't going to get paid for it, though.
Exactly.
Kick rocks.
You know what I'm saying?
Kick them all. I mean, that's the thing. See, that's the thing about it, though. When you look at the game we had, we'll get into it, I guarantee, in depth. But you look at the game that we just watched. The starters are out there, and then they're mismatching all the depth guys, all the guys that are on the fringe. It's like, yo, we didn't get a good look at him because Dawkins and Brown are in there too long, and Josh wasn't in there that long, but the other guys and we're looking at we're trying to figure out the offensive line still when you got Tyler Grable who played left and right. But he's not playing a lot, so it's like, yo, maybe give him a little more time. Let's see. I don't want to see Kendall Williamson no more. But let's see, Cam Lewis as a safety. Let's see, things like that as opposed to his nickel. Corey Couch played nickel cornerback, but there was a lot of instances where they could have did better.
All of that is funny to me. Like, Cam Lewis spent the last 2 years being forced to play safety. Mm-hmm. Now, all of a sudden, he's getting reps at nickel corner.
Now he's a slide again, right.
You know what I mean? Like, What about where he was 2 years ago prevented him from getting these reps?
Right.
He's never been a safety. And all of a sudden, in a year where you lose your two best safeties,
Now he's a safety.
now he's not a safety?
Right. You know what
I mean? Like, you spent all this time trying to groom him and make him a good safety, and then you finally decide after you lose your two best safeties that you've ever had, probably in franchise history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
no,
definitely.
you can go play corner now.
Right.
What did you do it for?
Yeah, like what was the purpose? Like, did they want him to learn safety just out of a whim?
I have no
knowing
idea
that,
what
hey,
they're
he's a
doing.
corner, but Tehran's there and he's there. Hey, why don't you take a shot at safety? Like, yeah, what's the point?
It's
For what?
mind-blowing.
I have no idea. I'm sitting here thinking, they have no clue. You know, sometimes you just think they have no clue.
That's exactly what it looks
It's like we gotta have this guy because he does stuff, but I need to justify him playing somewhere.
But that's the thing. When they draft these players, they say, well, we want guys that can do multiple things.
Right.
Cam Lewis has only ever been a corner. So why did you draft him in the first place?
And
then?
at double down, he was always a boundary corner at UB.
See,
So now he's a nickel, but a
even
safety.
better.
He's always a boundary.
Let's focus on all the things you can't do and try to make you be good at that stuff. You know what I mean? It's like it's the reverse Patriots way,
Right.
is what it is. Like, we want to find all the things you've never done before
And make you do
try
that.
you out at that stuff. It is literally the player equivalent of the defensive coordinator that they made an offensive coordinator for a year.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this all is. Like, right now, I kid you not, I cannot say this louder than this. I probably could, but I'm not going to blow everybody's
Bust our
ears out.
eardrums up.
This is the most ridiculous year of this franchise that I think I have ever seen. At least during the drought, those guys were trying something. They were trying anything when we had no quarterback. But to see what's going on with the roster now, where they are with the money they spent, the guys that they've drafted, the guys they left on the board during the draft, the guys they left in free agency, I don't understand how they explain any of this. We watched this game happen. Like, shout out to my man Jake on the data team for Dude Champions. This is the worst preseason loss we've had under Sean McDermott.
Oh yeah.
The worst one.
This
Right?
is one of the, this is one of the worst losses we've had. Period. Under Sean McDermott.
Now, check this out, because I had him give me some more stats on this. Right, McDermott is 14-8 in the preseason. Okay, now everybody might be hearing this and saying, "Sounds good, right? 14-8. That sounds pretty good, right?" Okay, when Dayball was here, so McDermott with Dayball, 9-2. Right? Without Dayball, 5-6. 5-6. Now, everybody who's listening right now,
Wait, are you? Is this when you're going to explain why the preseason pledge is stupid?
Yes.
Okay. Because they didn't hear that at first.
Well, yeah.
He said the preseason pledge was stupid for him, not for you. Not for you.
I'm saying it's stupid for everybody, and I'm about to prove it. When you look at this loss, and you look at what Sean's record is in the preseason without a great offensive mind, coaching his offense and his star quarterback, he is a losing head coach in the preseason. Now, everybody's saying, well, the preseason doesn't matter, and they don't do nothing but run vanilla stuff anyway. Let me ask you this question, and this is part of the proof right here. The defense looked a lot better during the red and blue game, didn't it?
Yes.
It looked way better against what's supposed to be a better offense than what we faced on Saturday, right? Okay. Now, I spoke to my pop, and I asked him specifically, what exactly should we or could we glean from the preseason, right? Very specifically, he said, you need to know if your second stringers can play like 1Bs, right? The main reason for that is these guys who are your second stringers at some point during the season are going to play in a game because of the injuries, because of, like, if a player needs a blow, these guys are going to play. What's going on, Chris? So that's one of the things that you can look at and say, can these guys play? Are they executing, right? Saturday, I think the answer is no to this point, right? Second thing he said was execution, right? Mostly deals with performance as a unit and individual performance, right? We can't look at schemes. We can't look at route concepts. We can't look at play designs of any sort because all that stuff is going to be vanilla. But you can look at how many penalties a player got, how their technique looked when they were playing the coverage. I watched Osiris Torrance completely whiff as if he had no idea who he was supposed to block, right? And I'm talking about this is the first series. So when you see the defensive end dive on the inside of Spencer Brown, and Osiris Torrance just goes running past the defensive end, the 3 technique for the Bears crashes down on the center and our left guard. I'm sorry. That to me does not say you guys were prepared to play this game, right? So stuff like that we can look at and say it's disorganized.
Right.
Things ain't running right. This player is not executing. He obviously doesn't understand what he's supposed to do on a particular play, right? For the secondary, the DJ Moore pass, where was coverage? It wasn't in his hip pocket. It was more like in his back pocket.
Which one was that?
The first down play that didn't look like it was a first down play at first.
Okay.
And it's all during the first defensive series. Plays like that, where's the coverage guy? I mean, half the time it looked like they were doing a little bit of that pass off zone that we talked about a bunch of episodes ago, where they play zone in specific areas and just kind of pass the man off, and but even with that, how do you allow, what was it, a 15-yard pass?
Sure.
It's like 15, almost 20 yards or something like that for a first down. How do you, even in preseason, if it's supposed to be vanilla and we're a much better defense than their offense or their defense, like we're a better team. So how do we get blown out even playing vanilla? We're supposed to have more depth than they have. But we don't. Right? So all of this goes back to my stance on preseason from now on, which is I'm going to judge what I can and ignore the rest. But the whole preseason pledge is founded on I'm just going to ignore everything that I see because none of it matters. It's preseason anyway.
Well, the preseason pledge.
I wouldn't say none of it, but kind of like what I said earlier. From the starters, they don't care. 1, they're not getting paid. 2, they're not trying to get hurt. So I don't think the starters really care about the preseason whatsoever.
Yeah, I think for me the preseason pledge is saying, oh snap, Frank Gore he was our best rusher. He's not going to probably make the team. That's what we're not getting high on somebody to Corey Crouch or somebody like that, because chances are they're not going to be here. Or, like you said, Deion Dawkins will say, I won't because I don't want to trigger you. Spencer Brown will say, Osiris Torrance, they were bad. But I don't think they're going to be bad. They're not going to regress from last season when the chips fall. When they have a game plan. Right. See, this is my problem.
I don't know where you're getting that kind of confidence from, because this is what they are. This is what they are right now. You're only as good as your last game.
But this is where I'm with this. The problem with the game on Saturday was this. They said we had no game plan. We didn't prepare for them. You don't have to prepare for them, but you didn't like you had a game plan. Period.
Exactly.
Right.
And so what I'm saying is, when I say if you don't have a game plan, period. Are you not going to have a game plan this whole season? Because they're gonna do other stuff during the season. Whether it works or not, that's beyond me. But see, that's part of the play. I can't take what they did on Saturday and say, you know what, it's over with. They're gospel. I can't, because we're throwing the season away already if we're not taking a pledge.
Did we not see the preseason last year?
Right.
Like, people was like calling it, oh my God, we're gonna suck. You see what the Steelers did to us? What happened during the season? Oh my God, we won 6 games. Like, come on, we're like I don't know. Like I said, I'm just looking at it from the starters' perspectives. They don't want to be out there. They don't want to play. they don't care about the game because it's no benefit. They're not even getting paid for it. Yeah. So you mean to tell me you want me to come up here, get dressed, go through the dog and pony show for what?
It was 6-3 after what the second team got in. And then when Shane Bussell got in, it was 33-6. Now, could we have scored? Trubisky, he airmailed doing it to Quentin Morris. The run game was just not happening. I can tell you right now, they need to work on that offensive line because their concepts were just hacked. They had a lot of pulls that just didn't make any sense. James Cook had no opening. I don't care what anybody says. Ray Davis, no openings. Darrington Evans had a couple decent runs, but that's against the thirds, against guys that aren't making. He's not going to make the squad. Mm-hmm. James Frank Gore, he had a couple good runs, but against who? Against guys that we don't even care about.
Yeah. But see, that doesn't happen. So I'm sorry. Roy said, "Come on now. The plan is to look bad in the preseason and whoop that arse when the regular season starts." But that it didn't happen.
I wouldn't say the plan is to look bad.
I mean, okay. Gravity needs to take place for a second here. Like, what are we really talking about? We lost to the Jets in the first game when we had no business doing that. Then we play what? 3 bad quarterbacks in a row. Well, 2 bad quarterbacks and then the Dolphins, right? Mm-hmm. And we always beat the Dolphins. I'm not surprised when we beat the Dolphins. I don't care how good they think they are until they destroy us by 70. I don't believe at all that we're never going that we're going to lose that game, right? So that run after we lose that Jets game, Josh still is not feeling like Josh. Josh didn't say, "I feel like myself again," until Brady got in and the offense started doing some different things, right? So what I'm trying to say with all that is the team was still struggling compared to what they were even just the year before that, even just 2022, right? Mm-hmm. They still weren't where they needed to be in order to make a good run in the playoffs. I think it really just so happened that on a year where the Chiefs didn't look that great, the Bills didn't look that great. I mean, there were what two teams in the AFC that looked like really strong. It was the Texans and the Ravens. You know what I mean? Every other team was right in that same wavelength as where the Chiefs were and the Bills were. We just have great quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all that to say, like, the whole point about trying to not count how bad this looks, and I'm not like taking a shot or nothing, Mac, but just like my mind immediately goes to this point, right? If the starters didn't care, why were they 9-2 when Daboll was here? You know what I mean? Like, I don't need you to answer, but like that's like so I'm thinking in my head, like, are they just more excited to get out there and play because they know they're good? Like, I heard LaShawn McCoy talk about this. He talked about what it's like when you know that your quarterback is good or your team is good, right? And we kind of touched on some of the stuff he said in this same conversation, but there's a different way that you approach the game when you know you're good. And in a 3-year span, the Bills go 9-2 without Daboll. They're losing. They're losing more than they're winning. They're 5-6, right? Their margin of victory was 9 points, right? Their margin of defeat was greater. It's 11.6, right? Not including. Trying to understand how this is written here. Yeah, so we'll just say that the margin of defeat is 11.6. So what that says is when they're losing bad. When they're winning, they're not blowing teams out in the preseason. And even for what we saw Saturday, even if it's third stringers putting up 40 points. I remember a Bills team that was still going for it and going for 2-pointers in the fourth quarter during the Kids Day game, trying to win because they just wanted to win. You know what I'm saying? So when did it become unimportant to the coaching staff or the players? I heard Sean McDermott talking in the press conference, the post game press conference, about a look he saw in Josh's eye. Like, these are the things we're paying attention to now? Like, that's how he knew that Josh was.
That's bogus. He's not going to say he pulled Josh because he slid. He's not going to say that.
He pulled him because he wanted to get hurt.
Yeah, he pulled him because he slid. Cleared. That's what it is. He's like, oh, that wasn't part of the plan. You notice everything he did was quick. That's why he had no pressure on the whole time. It was all quick passes. It was all in and out. He only threw what?
I mean, what does that also tell you? Because we saw bad offensive line play.
We didn't see it when he was in the game because he threw the ball too fast. He had open pockets. That was the thing about him. Now
Josh was 2 for 3.
2 for 3. Hit
22 yards.
Yeah. So I mean that's telling you right there. He threw quick passes.
And his average was higher than all the other quarterbacks. His average yard per pass was 7.3.
Don't forget, the only thing about Josh that I will say is this. Samuel didn't do him any disservices by getting that long screen. Now that ball, that's what they wanted Diggs to do all last year.
Yep.
That's the same play they've been trying to hit Diggs. He dropped them all.
Yep.
Last year. Because he's like, I don't do this. Let me run my hook. Right. Let me run my out. Let me run my in. Let me run my drag. I'm going to catch the ball and get down. I don't do these. This is beneath me. I don't do screens. Why are you throwing me? It's almost like he was like, no, I don't want that. Do it again. But that's why he's a diva. But no, I mean, honestly, I get, and I used to be there. But this is the first time I guarantee you I was looking at the game like, I mean, they played. But I was looking deeper at the components. And what I didn't like and what we never heard before was them saying, yeah, we didn't have a game plan. We just did whatever. It's always vanilla. Right. But even in vanilla, it's always a game plan. We're going to work. They always say what? It's scripted. Their first plays are scripted.
Right.
This time they were like, yo, I mean, Chicago was doing stunts.
Yeah.
The Bills was like, we were supposed to go head up. What y'all doing?
Yeah. Right.
You know, they getting Matt Terrell Bernard yelling at somebody on the other side because, you know, because he hit the quarterback. But the thing is, it's like the Bills were I don't want to I tread lightly when I say they weren't prepared because what does preparation really mean? Yeah. They weren't game planning. We know that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what we saw there was like, yo,
hey,
somebody lied to him.
Listen, I would say I would be bold enough to say they wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
I'll flat on say it. Like one thing we got to like too. This is the Broncos. I mean, this is the Bears' second game, right? This is the Bills' first. Like,
you know what? Laura said that too. That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, when the season start, I guarantee you what you saw with that, you're not gonna see it in the regular season.
We lose the drive.
Now the one thing I will say, the thing that kind of, as I alluded to, the preseason does have a purpose. Mm-hmm. It is for the rookies. It is for people to make this squad. So those guys should have a spark. They should want to say, hey, this is my opportunity to make this team. This is my opportunity to become a millionaire. So
I think
if I gave you the opportunity, I gave you the opportunity, you're going to put something on there to make the coaches like, ooh, we need to put him down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right? So, like, the worst component from the whole game is the offensive line. Hands down.
Oh, well,
first string, second string, third string, fourth string, fifth string, all those dudes was terrible.
Contend passing, not too bad. Running, atrocious.
Terrible.
Passing was Michelle was I think they say he had an average throw time of like 3.8 seconds. Where they do that at? The best don't even do that. They don't even do a sweep. Who does that? 3.8? Right. He could have sat down, read a newspaper, read some of the funnies, got up and threw the ball.
He could have took his shoe off, put it back on, tied it, and
yes,
threw the ball.
Yes.
But I mean, I'm just saying. So, they had 8 sacks. 8.
How many did Michelle take? All of them.
Yo, he had 6. He had 6
of the
so
8.
Trubisky had 2.
Yeah,
he had 6.
And he looked like
and like he said, from the run perspective, dude, from the first unit, second unit, the run blocking was atrocious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Davis, he had 5 carries. He had 2 yards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cook,
4
carries, 2 yards.
Yep.
Josh Allen had a scare of 7. Derrick Evans went 3 for 11. Trubisky 3 for 12. Frank Gore 7 for 21.
See,
12-yard run. Let's go, Frank.
But see, that's the thing. That's why the preseason pledge exists because we're like, yo, Frank Gore is it. Where is he on the depth chart? No,
but that's common sense, though.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
If it was common sense, we wouldn't have a show right now.
Nobody is sitting there saying Frank Gore is about to blow up. Who's saying that?
For us, it's common sense, but there's people out there who's saying that he's going to be the number 2.
So we create a pledge to control stupid people?
Yes, that's what it's like. Because G.I. was tired of hearing people call and say, yo, Peterman is that dude.
Let dumb people be dumb. Why? Stop trying to.
We
fix
didn't make the
everything in
pledge.
the
Jeremy
world.
White
No,
did. He's
no.
tired of it. He's sick of it.
How many dumb people have taken the preseason pledge?
Me.
I hate you, Keisha. I swear. You said just to be able to say somebody took it. Anyway,
No, seriously. I mean, the thing about this game, though, for me, what I gleaned from this game, and what I watched the all 20. Did you watch all 22?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually enjoyed a number of the backup offensive linemen.
Did you?
I did.
Okay.
I'm pissed off that SVPG. Yeah.
You hit them all. You hit them all.
I got them all. I'm pissed off that he got the fourth center. Why was he the fourth center?
Yo,
Fourth. They didn't even catch he was. They said he was a third.
They said it
fourth.
again. I know. Fourth string. Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
They had Will Clapp, which nobody remembers. Nobody saw Will Clapp starting.
Yep.
Because even Joe Marino was like the third. I was like, no. I said, no.
So hold up. So was Keaton Bills third?
No. Alec Anderson was second. And then
Keaton Bills is fourth, too.
Will Clapp.
So he was alternate with Van Pran?
No. Van Pran only played center.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bills played
Bill was guard.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, it was Connor McGovern. Then it was Alec Anderson, Will Clapp, then Van Pran. Wow. And Van Pran needs to be moved up for the next game. I don't know if you caught it, but he looked good.
Does he?
He looked good.
Okay.
He had the concepts down. He was blocking to a one-on-one.
Yep.
I mean, even Tylen Grable, I'm not gonna lie, he was pretty good.
I was watching the game. It was like, man, he's starting to flash. I'm like, shut up. He ain't flashing.
Right.
He was.
Now, see, that's what the preseason pledge does.
Right.
That's
right,
what it does.
Right. Yeah.
Like moments where you should be like, nope, preseason pledge. Preseason
Exactly.
pledge.
You gotta do it.
Can't react to anything now.
You just gotta say 3 words, because the thing is, when I say he flashed, what this guy means is he should make the team. What I mean is move him up a line and see what he does.
Right.
From third to second.
Exactly.
See what he is there. If they toilet bowl, move him down.
That's how you end up with the Jason Peters of the world.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that right there. You give a guy a shot.
Yep.
If he can swim, let him swim.
Yep.
I mean, how much better was friggin' Spencer Brown doing in the game? Not much better.
Right.
I know that much.
I think Cromer got to go back to the drawing board with the run concept, because it was him. It was him.
Yeah.
They're talking about. I mean, nobody said it. Thank God James Cook didn't find a hole. Rico tweeted out. He was like, "Man, get Ray Davis." And I'm like, "Damn, Cook ain't the problem. It's the line."
I know.
Yo, they kept running that same shot, the same shotgun run again.
They ran 4. Yeah, I think they said they ran 4 different run plays. That was it. They were all up to draws and zone runs. You got speed. Even Ray Davis with some kind of speed. Only person that's not fast is Frank Gore. And Frank Gore, as you said, had the biggest run of the game. I mean, it was against the baggers,
right?
The supermarket baggers,
right,
the Washington Generals of the world. But,
right, yeah.
But I mean, it's just this thing. Like, I watched the game and I absorbed it. After the third quarter, I think I willingly took a nap.
Yeah.
I fell asleep in the fourth quarter. I remember T calling me, saying, "You up?" Because we about to drop Ken off. I'm like, game wasn't even on TV no more. I was like, oh. Then my mom said, look at the final score. I'm like, I mean, the time was had or whatever.
Right.
I'm not going to freak about this.
Right.
And that's where that preseason players.
Yeah.
I'm not going to freak about it.
Yeah.
Now, there are components that I'm really pissed off.
Right.
Case in point, our starting cemented in safety. What the hell were you doing on that long run by Swift? He was blocking for him. Did you see him?
You talking about rap or him a rap?
Dude, he was just running with him. Like, where are you going? At some point, because
he was trying to keep the angle. I don't know if
ran past the angle. I am going to kill.
He was trying to keep the angle to keep him in front of him. You have to do that.
When you don't close on him. He didn't close on him at all.
So the reason he couldn't close the way you're thinking he should have is because his hips were already turned. Once your hips are turned, it's over. Like the runner has you once your hips are turned.
So you're saying you can't even edge slightly over to the sideline?
Well, there was too much space. So I would say there was roughly 2, maybe 2.5, 3 yards between the player and the sideline, right? So when you have that much space as a runner, and it was still enough clearance on the inside for him to kind of take off and run if Rap took the wrong angle.
You're
so
right. He was running full speed away from DeAndre Swift.
No, he's
I'm
trying to stay.
What are you doing?
Trying to stay on top of him to slow him down, so the guys from behind it. That's what safeties are taught to do. You keep the angle over the guy.
I wish Rasul Douglas wouldn't have made the tackle to see how long Rap was going to run for.
Wait,
because he was going to keep going.
I need to ask y'all this:
Energizer Bunny style. Huh?
Since when has Rasul Douglas started playing special teams? The man was on the field goal block team.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
they usually do.
He was on the end.
They usually do.
The starters?
Yeah, they usually do.
If you fast and you can jump, and you got hands. They usually put you out there.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that from Trey White.
No, he didn't. Trey White did.
We tried did it too. Aaron Williams used to play.
Well, I know, but Aaron Williams is a different monster.
Yeah, he was just different.
That's a different beast.
He was a different beast. Yeah, Trey did.
That's my guy.
I understand.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin said Rap was just bad on that play. Another try-hard player. Yeah, I mean, right? I mean, I'm not trying to say Rap is good at all. I like the other thing that frustrated me too was I saw a lot of single high again.
With DeMar Hamlin single high. I was shocked they put him back single high, but then when I thought about the fact that he used to play cornerback, I was like, I see it, because he's supposed to have that ability to cover, and he did okay. I didn't like the single high, but he did okay. And I saw a couple of bails where they had Rap come up on the line and bail back to be the second safety deep.
Yeah, well, I think. When did I think I only really wanted to focus on like the first quarter. I watched like the actual game twice. I did too. You know what I mean? Yep. And then I went and watched the all 22. But there were a couple times on that first drive where you saw Rap back there by himself.
And I don't like that. Yeah.
Right. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, because Hamlin was up on the line. I'm like, no.
Yeah. So it's the other part of this too is they were doing blitzes during the game. Mm-hmm. So a part of this kind of brings me to the conclusion of you can't tell me this was all just vanilla stuff. Blitzes are not vanilla stuff.
They were blitzing. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The thing is, this is what I noticed about them. McDermott blitzed last year in the preseason, I believe. But then he dialed it down. No, it was maybe when Frazier was still here. They blitzed more in the preseason. And then during the season, the actual season, they didn't blitz at all. Like, yo, what y'all doing?
Yep.
You know, so it's like I'm showing you something that we're not going to do. Like, yo, don't do that. You're going to blitz. Please tell me you're going to blitz.
You're right, because they need to do it.
They have to do it. Because did you see the D-line? The starting D-line was horrible.
Yo, they are not getting edges.
That's what Mel was talking about. They didn't care. That's the epitome of what Mel was saying. Like, yo. I mean, they were not bending the edge. They weren't getting pushed.
You know what they kind of look like? When you see camp and you see even the Red Blue game, right? Like, they're out there, but they not 100%. Like, it was like, all right, yeah, we going to say, all right, yeah. I feel like it's like an all-star game where they just playing around. You know what I'm saying? Like, the intensity is not there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I understand from some point from the first stringers, but, like, I would like to see some more from our third and second stringers, dude. Like, because these dudes is supposed to be, to me, in my opinion, you're supposed to be battling for a contract and battling for a spot.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, do you think it's because there's not really any real competition for positions? Like, the only competitions, I don't even know if safety is that anymore, because the only guys that had a shot at a starting job are injured now.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, how many other positions are there real competition for where guys got to worry about going out there and performing?
Starting positions, not many. But, you know, like that backup, like we said about Kendall Williamson, he was the first safety off the bench, and let Kareem Jackson get acclimated to the defense.
Exactly.
He's going to take that spot. Even Burgess was out there a little bit. You know, he didn't do much, but he was out there. I think, you know, Takuri Couch is going to end up being on the bench and sitting on the couch eventually.
I could see that.
Kenny Lovely, what is it? Kenai. He didn't do anything. He got into the end of the game.
Kenny H. Lovely or whatever his name is?
Yeah, I think they said like, Kenai Lovely.
Who did that? Like, has he told anybody how to say his name?
No.
He probably know, like, I ain't going to be here long enough.
I know, he's like, right. It doesn't even matter. I'm not doing this long and dance with y'all.
Yeah. The one thing that I did see that I was like, as far as backups, like, actually competing and playing, like, the linebackers to me looked like they were just, all right, we're playing the game here. Let's play. You know what I'm saying?
I think
the linebackers looked decent to me.
I think that's the one to take the pledge, because Andreessen was out there all the time, and you know Buffalo is real. They love Andreessen.
Yeah.
As soon as he does anything, he had like 4 or 5 tackles. As soon as he does anything, he's got to be.
I know. Yeah.
Just give him just like Leslie treatment.
Yeah, I mean, but see, Paz actually made it. Andreessen, he's going to be probably the special the practice squad. Yeah. I think. But I mean, you know, things like that where you look at Dorian Williams, you're waiting for him. Like I had the questions that I put up Friday. Dorian Williams did nothing to help my case at all.
You don't think so?
No,
he got a sack.
But what I asked, though, the question I asked was, not coming at you, but what I asked was, how is he looking pass pro or pass coverage?
Okay, so you don't care about the you.
No, he can do that.
You were looking at what he sucked at. Did he improve on that area?
Yeah, because in our defense, they need him to cover passes.
Yeah.
And he once again could not figure out a play action. He once again could not figure out how to get in the lanes.
Yep.
He was lost again. So I mean, yeah, like I said in on Friday, don't get sucked in by his run defense. He's going to be all right.
Right, that's what he's good at.
And I mean, he was okay. He wasn't great even at that on Saturday. But, I was looking to see if he made the next step, because even Spector's probably going to get hurt at some point because he always does. And who's going to step in? Is that going to get Andreessen a spot on the team because if Spector gets hurt? Now we got to call him up because who else was there? Deion Lewis didn't look great. He was out there. He was I don't think – did Moreau play?
No.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I would say I didn't see him at all. Mm-mm. So now is Andreessen who was calling, who was getting it. He had the mic and he was mic'd up on Saturday. So he's learning how to run the defense.
Somebody looked good, but y'all probably don't even know the dude's name.
Who's that? A number?
Simon.
Oh, Shane Simon.
Yeah, he was hitting.
He was
linebacker.
Yeah, he was hitting.
That's what I'm saying. Like the backups. That looked the best to me was the backup linebackers. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I mean that group was good. I thought Kyer was good.
Roy said Dorian Williams just pushed the QB out of bounds when he was already running out of bounds.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. He did. I was like sack, but now I remember they said that's going to go down as a sack. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I look at the depth chart, did Justin Shorter play?
No.
I didn't think so.
I didn't see him out there unless he was just running routes as a decoy.
Nah, he didn't get a target
Xavier
Johnson out there. Xavier Johnson got in.
Yeah.
And I thought he was only on the team to be a return man.
Who?
Xavier Johnson, the undrafted guy out of Ohio State, the wide receiver.
He actually caught his one target too.
Yeah,
1 for 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean he got out there. Brian Thompson got hurt, but he was out there.
Yeah. Did they? Was Collins right behind Edwards before?
Who's that?
Lyle Collins.
I don't know, but I know he was as a guard, and he was looking. He looked his age. I mean, he was reaching, but it was like he's so wide that he can get away with like just kind of pivoting.
Right,
but
that's all he needs to do.
But against a good defensive tackle, he's going to be lunch meat. That's the problem. Against a good D tackle, against a stunt, if they stun on him, it's over with. I thought his feet needed to be a lot faster, and he just didn't get it done for me.
Can we talk about?
We can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Can we talk about the starting center, please?
The starters?
The starting center.
I don't want to talk about the starting center.
I would really like
I don't
to
want
understand.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What is going on?
They're forcing.
Sean, yeah.
They're forcing it. Yeah.
This dude, he's not, his technique, he snaps the ball and his hands go like this. Mm-hmm. And you can see his hands are like this. They're curved in. Mm-hmm. Like, who are, and I get it. You're not supposed to reach out, right? But he's trying to, you can see him. He snaps the ball, and his hands go like this. But then so does his back before the guy even gets into him. Mm-hmm. An offense, technique-wise, and I think, I don't know if it's White Sounds that played offensive line or somebody else. Correct me if I'm wrong, you're not supposed to lean by any means. Mm-mm. Right? The technique is you get to the inside of the chest pad, mm-hmm. and you don't let go. Right? And you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to hold as long as it's within the chest pad. Yeah. But this dude is like, you can see his shoulders going in and you're gonna get thrown to the side.
Mm-hmm. And no, you are supposed to punch. You should be, because what happens when a defensive tackle fires off, they usually try to reach and you're supposed to punch to get that hand down or try to meet them. And to do this, that means I don't want to dislocate my fingers. I don't really want to get physical. For me, I think you need that initial punch, and that's what he should be doing, especially at his size, 6'6", 315 or whatever. Yeah. Even though, like I say, he's not the biggest looking guy. Mm-hmm. 6'6", 315 with those arms, not muscle wise, he got long arms.
Light. He looks light out there.
And that's the thing. Like, remember I told you when I saw him, I was like, He's not that big, and it's not even me saying I'm Rambo or nothing like that. But to me, when you hear offensive line in the trenches, you like that's gonna be that fella that benches like Spencer Brown. Spencer Brown does not look huge in person, but you can tell Spencer Brown is different than most humans. Yep. Deion Dawkins different than most humans. Osiris Torrance definitely different than most. But you see McGovern, you're like.
Lindsay says McGovern doesn't like the ball between the cheeks. Nothing? Wow. All right. Letting it all go.
He like, man, listen. Watch out. He said, I owe you one.
Yo, I saw something that kind of got me a little scared.
What's that?
Did y'all see the play? Did y'all see the Patriots game?
Mm-mm.
I saw some of it.
Yo, hey.
Don't you say it.
Me and Key said it.
Yes,
we said it. We told everybody. We tried to warn y'all that Joe Milton was that dude.
Yes, we did.
Oh, boy.
Hey. Yes, we did.
I'm honest opinion. He looks like a baby Josh.
Nope. Preseason pledge.
No.
Preseason pledge.
No, not that. Not that.
I don't hear
Not
preseason pledge.
that.
Difference though. Joe Milton is a rookie. He's a rookie where they got Drake May ahead of him. So you got to play.
Right.
He was balling. He was playing just like Josh. I'm like, yo, we in trouble, man. If this dude stay where he at and he peter off, we gonna have another Josh in the division.
Yeah, I think Joe Milton, he looked a lot better for two reasons. One, Drake May is dog poop.
Yo, is he really that bad?
He's Drake May is just whatever. I mean, he's just another guy from North Carolina. He's just another guy. Ryan Tannehill, whatever. Man. Mitch Trubisky, whatever. But I mean, the thing about Joe Milton, we like Joe Milton because of his intangibles. We like Joe Milton because of what we knew. And I like Joe Milton because of, like you said, his Josh-like tendency. Not saying he is Josh, but just – and this is the funny thing. I don't know if you heard it on the radio. A lot of times they're saying, oh, man, Joe Milton. See, now what you want to do is you want to get that backup. Who said that?
Right.
Who didn't I say that? Even we argued about that early in the show about the drafting of a quarterback.
Bro,
and now everybody, you have to do it for the gold and the what they say for the it's like gold. It's a commodity. Mm-hmm. You can trade them away. I'm like, yo,
dude, I was all for it, man.
I was too.
And he's not the only one, eh? That's why. So I kind of asked, what year was Josh like? Did you know that Josh was that dude, like elite in the top 3 quarterbacks? So for A said 2021.
Mm-hmm.
For me, he glimpsed the glimmer came 2019, the Thanksgiving game against the Cowboys. That's when I saw the glimmer. But what put it in there, like he's definitely it, was the following year where he finally, me, I'm a huge passing offense. Right. When he went consecutively over 300-yard games, I'm saying he's the dude.
Yeah, 2020 was it. No, 2020 for me was definitely it. I think it might have been game 1. The first game because I remember sitting there. He's running all over the place. He's hitting everything. He's throwing. I'm like, yo. But I'm like, there's no fans. I wonder if it's the fans. Like I kept saying, I wonder if it's the fans.
Right.
Yeah. Because this is different.
Right.
It wasn't a Diggs effect for me. It wasn't. It was just like, yo, this is a different dude. Because 2019 was the year when everybody, you say, Thanksgiving, but that was the year like, we might have a Josh problem. And they were saying all over the place, we need to look at quarterbacks.
Right.
But then when 2020 came, I was like, yeah, somebody got into him because he's like, I have nothing to lose.
Now, the reason why I said that is because I seen another clone of Josh Allen, Bo Nix. Y'all see him play?
No.
Now, the reason why I say Josh Allen, I'm not being a homer, I promise. But here's my thing with Josh Allen. We know he's an athletic, gifted quarterback. He can throw and run. But here's the thing. He's not fast.
Right.
But he's so dominant in the run game as far as – and he got the stats to back it up. He's got the touchdowns to back it up. He's got the rushing yards to back it up. To me, the best rushing quarterback is Lamar Jackson because of his speed and what he does. Yeah. However, these quarterbacks that I'm talking about, they're not fast.
Right.
But it's like they've been watching Josh Allen because if he became that dude in like 2020, so for 4 years, they've been watching the NFL like, yo, they watching what he does.
Yep.
They're doing the same thing. And when I say the same thing is mirroring like, what does Josh do when he's in the pocket? He sit there, when he don't see nothing, he take off.
Yep.
He picked one side, and either he gonna throw it or he gonna run. Bo Nix was doing the identical thing, same with Joe Milton. I'm like, yo, again, they don't have killer speed, but I don't know if he changed the game. Like, they're programmed now. Back in the day, like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, Hall of Fame quarterbacks, great quarterbacks, but they never did that.
Right.
If they didn't see nothing, they're going to stay until the last minute or they're going to throw it out. These quarterbacks are developing a different type of play where they're not doing that anymore. If it's not there, they don't see something, they're going to make a play with their legs and they're not afraid to do it anymore.
Right. Ooh, Keyshawn don't want to hear that, bro. Keyshawn do not want to hear that. He liked the Tom Brady's and the Peyton Mannings and the Drew Breeses.
No. Listen, those dudes were efficient because they played that longevity because of the way they played.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I get it, but these young quarterbacks, man,
I respect it. But the thing is this. It's when you're talking about what makes a quarterback great, you know, for me, Josh Allen throwing for 4,500 yards, 5,000 yards, and throwing for 35 to 40 touchdowns is a lot different than throwing for 29 touchdowns and running for 15.
Right.
See, that's my problem. Running on the broadcast,
even though that is new age football.
I don't think it's new age because that's why everybody's claiming over it because it's not. It's going to be. It's just him. He's going to be doing it. Nobody's going to have 15 rushing touchdowns and throwing for 29. I don't see it.
Right. But shouldn't that add to the legend of Josh Allen, though?
Because nobody else is doing it.
That's why nobody else can do it like that.
It adds to him, but the thing is, for me, when I'm looking at quarterbacks, I want a quarterback to do what quarterbacks do. You know, and if you're telling me Josh Allen did some inhumane stuff like threw for 5,000 yards, 35 and ran for, then I'm like, yo. But when you look at his passing,
aside from RG3 for a couple of games in his first season, who else is doing that? Or on his first year, rather.
My point is this. My point is the rushing of a quarterback doesn't weigh as heavy on me as it does most people. Like, I'm like, all right, he ran, he did this, he got touchdown. But we got guys for that. We pay other guys for that. You know, that's like when you go to work and you get mad because you got two other people working with you, but they're not doing their job. I'm doing a job for them too. Why are they getting paid when I'm getting paid? Obviously, they're not. But, why are they getting paid when I'm doing their work?
Right. Sound like you're a little burnt, King.
I'm going to be real burnt about it in an hour. But no. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. I'm not taking away from the fact that but for me, it's like, a quarterback is based on decision making, which pretty much he checks. Sometimes he doesn't. He's sporadic. We'll say sporadic because for all the times he does the right thing, so they're like, I'm just gonna try it, and it don't work.
Fit in there.
I can get it, and he's like, what happened?
I tried.
Wait, Kev, what do you mean? You said you guys keep forgetting he has no OC for a couple years. So this is one of the things that came up. So Roy said Joe Milton was drafted in the 6th round. Get with it, Bean, and draft a damn backup QB and stop signing washed-up vets.
Roy, did you? I'm not. You don't have to answer it, but did you watch our old shows when we talked about it? Because I am a proponent for drafting late-round quarterbacks
all the time. Every year.
Until you get one.
Yeah.
Because they were on the show, they were on the broadcast. They were talking about how Trubisky, he's not a number 2. Like, why not? I mean, he was a starter before. What's the first person they said when Bussell got hurt? Bring Matt Barkley back. Like, yo, didn't y'all learn? Right, didn't y'all learn? And I think somebody on the radio, I'm not sure which show it was. It might have been Extra Point. So they were like, I'm tired of getting the Josh Allen friends.
Right.
Yeah. Yo, who just said that? Somebody just said that.
Did they?
I want to make sure I give him credit for it.
I'm sorry, I can't see comments. So I promise I didn't rip you off.
Oh, Whitetown's King. He said Bills need to address the backup QB situation with this team and quit hiring Josh's golf buddies because Trubisky stinks.
You know what? I thought Trubisky – well, when you compare Trubisky to Bussell, he looked great.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big difference. I mean, Trubisky, he had some good throws, like the one over the middle. Who was that? Was that to Samuel? It was like on the 5-yard line. It ended up being, It was. I remember it was a crossing pattern. Samuel just sat down in the middle of the field. I think it was Trubisky. It wasn't Bussell. I know that.
It was either Samuel or it was Thompson.
I think it was Samuel. I think it was Samuel.
Okay.
I could be wrong. But, I mean, the thing is, there were good plays. Not at that throw to Quentin Morris. Preparation. He wasn't on the right page. He airmailed it. Maybe he not used to playing with the guy. I don't know. But we've seen what Trubisky can do. We've seen that he actually can play in this league. We've seen him with a reasonable record. But the thing is, now you look at him with guys that may or may not belong on the team. Yeah. MVS and people like that may or may not even make the squad, you're gonna look worse. You got an offensive line, and he stood tall in the pocket. He didn't scramble. The pocket was collapsing. He was like, I'm gonna make this throw. He didn't. He ran twice? You said.
Yep.
So, I mean, for all the bad things that we saw, if you go back and watch it again, and I hope Pierre is watching it. Pierre, because he tweeted out and I responded. He said to me, he's like, "Yo, I bet you'll find more good things that happened in that game than I did." I'm like, I really got to watch this now. I need to know what the good things were. I mean, there were a couple good things if you really search for them, but Trubisky was not for me one of the bad ones.
Yeah, good things for me probably, like I said, the linebackers. Obvious, Khalil Shakir.
Yeah, Laura, I'm sorry, but
he's gonna be that dude.
You're not getting him in the fantasy draft. It's not gonna happen.
I have him on one of my fantasy teams.
You do, because it's
yes.
funny. I know that because I went to see if I can get him in one of my leagues, and he had him. I have him in one, but he got him in the other. Yeah,
it was like, nope.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
I think he drafted him, and so I'll give him credit for that. He drafted him. Blah blah blah. Whatever. But yeah, no, that's definitely an arrow up. Now, did you guys do arrow up, arrow downs? Did you guys do?
My only arrow up was nobody died. That's pretty much it. Nobody passed away during the game.
Do you have arrow downs?
Everybody's alive and breathing and well, and they,
Did you have arrow downs?
No. Arrow downs was the entire day.
Okay.
Just the entire day.
I drank a lot of beer that day. I drank a lot of beer during that game.
From beginning to end, the fact that I was working while it was on and I couldn't watch it the way I wanted to watch it. Then on top of that, they sucked through the whole,
Yeah, I weren't responding, so I went to Twitter. I was like, man, these boys ain't even talking. I'm going to Twitter, see if somebody talk to me.
I know, man. I felt terrible.
No, you good.
I was working, but.
No, you all right.
It's one of those things where it's like, all right, if they not responding, they probably like up under a couch somewhere trying to, like not kill anybody because it's pissing them off to no end.
Nah, it was all good. But no, I arrow ups for me, obviously Khalil Shakir.
Yes.
Arrow ups for me, Daquan Hardy.
Roy said arrow up when the game ended.
I was asleep for that part, Roy, so I don't know if it's arrow up or arrow down. Was it Neil satisfactory? No.
Daquan Hardy, Chris, what's up?
Oh, go ahead. Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead.
Daquan Hardy for me was an arrow up because we got to see him on the outside. Daquan Hardy was drafted with the 6th round in order to field punts and kicks. He played slot in college. They put him on the outside, and he held up very well. I think he returned one kick. I don't know if he did a punt, but I know he had one kick. One went over his head, went to the end zone. That was definitely a W for me. The fact that we have somebody that's not Cam Lewis, and they put him out of position again. Yeah, that's cool.
I like this. This has to be like some kind of Adam complex where like I want to recreate everything, or I want to name it. Like you're a dog.
Right.
You're an alligator.
You shall identify as an alligator.
You're an ostrich. What? I'm not an ostrich. I'm a human being. What the heck you talking about?
You're like a koala to me. I think you're a koala today.
Right. Like, imagine working as hard as you possibly can to master a specific position and skill set.
Only to be taken away from you.
Only for it to be taken away from you at the highest level. This was my dream, baby. My dream was to get here to stand in front of you for you to tell me what to do.
You're telling me I've been doing it wrong my whole life.
Right.
I wasted my whole life on this moment.
Everything I've been doing means nothing now. Is that what you're saying? Like, I got to start from scratch now that I'm in your office.
That's right. Starters, bench players, you all going to do something different.
I go to college for 4 years, and I study to be a welder.
And
I get a job as a welder. And I go in on my first day, and they say, you know what? We're going to have you folding boxes. What the? Are you kidding me? Like, that's exactly what's going on. That's how mad this is.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, and the thing is, this is my kick. They said, let me get through my. Let me before I get.
Go ahead, take your time, bro.
They said there was no preparation, there was no game plan. We just want to see the guys and their athletic abilities. I don't care what athletic ability you have. I want to see how you work in my offense or my defense. I mean, you might be an awesome athlete, but you don't know nothing. Right. I almost got comfortable. You don't know nothing about my scheme, and you can't run it. if you noticed, I don't know if you noticed on all 22, if you focus more, you said you watched more of the first team, but they ran a lot of man.
Yeah,
they ran a lot of man.
Yes, they did.
I wonder who was good. Mr. Elam.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Kyer Elam was good.
So I got arrow ups, arrow downs. Arrow up for me, Tyrell Shavers.
Yo, he looked good.
You had an up for him?
Tyrell Shavers.
I didn't have an arrow on him. I mean, he wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I got an up for Shavers, same as you.
I thought he was 6'6".
He
lost his 2 inches. Sorry.
Huh?
He lost his 2 inches. That's what they said. He was 6'6", but now he's 6'4".
Tripped and fell and the 2 inches fell off?
Yeah,
Okay.
he like that dude, No Neck Jay.
Another dude, I mean, he didn't really do much in the game, but I don't know how many times he was out there. Dude, Zach Davison. Bro.
Yeah. Yep.
He
looked good too. He
Okay.
looked good too.
Listen,
This is my thing
I
about
may
Zach.
want him more than Quentin Morris.
This is my thing about Zach. Okay.
Wait, were you?
Go.
Didn't I said that. I did. I think I did. The last episode we did, I said I think I would rather. He was here for that.
When y'all said that, yeah.
Yeah, I think because my mindset was like, yo, Davidson can block, right? So why not have him as the third tight end? You know, you got a blocker if you run in a 13 formation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that makes more sense than to have a guy who's only a receiver in Quentin Morris.
Yeah. I mean, I saw Zach Davison in 3 blocking sets, and he was okay. But I'm not raving about Zach Davison yet because he played all 4 phases of special teams, of course, because they're trying to figure out how to fit him on his team. And that's tips the hand right there. He got snaps mostly at punt return, or I'm sorry, kickoff return. But, for me, I just want to see if you look at Tommy Sweeney went off on him for 2 catches for 29, 30 yards, whatever the case may be. 2 big catches, and I want that kind of tight end as our third tight end. If Zach Davison's that guy, fine. I just didn't see enough out of his blocking. That was one of the questions I went into the game trying to figure out what he can do in the run block. Yeah. But we don't run outside anyway, evidently, and we don't care about blocking for running backs anyway. So whatever.
Steve said worked for Logan Thomas and Jason Peters in reference to moving guys out of position.
Who's the other one? Logan who?
Logan Thomas and Jason Peters.
Jason Peters, yeah. Logan Thomas is the quarterback that went. I mean,
he had to. He didn't have a choice. Nobody was going to pay him to play quarterback.
And Tyree Jackson from UB, he was a tight end for the Eagles for a while.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But I get that. My thing is this: to move a corner from slot to outside is not a good transition. Now, if you want to take that nickel corner and make him a safety, that's a good transition because nickel corners have to learn how to play in space. Same thing at the safety position. You have to learn how to play in space, right? You're going to have to man up at times. You're going to have to play zone. Nickel corners go through a lot of the same technical stuff and a lot of the same thought processes that safeties do. They have to, right? So that's more of a natural transition. For a tight end to become a tackle, natural transition if you're big enough. You have to learn how to block anyway. Right? So if you have an understanding of blocking concepts, that's fine. It's an easy transition. Quarterback to tight end. If you're an athletic quarterback, having that offensive knowledge helps immensely in a transition to tight end. So, I mean, I get the point. I'm not trying to argue the point, but I think in these cases that we're talking about with the team now, the transitions that they're doing, they don't line up.
Yeah, I think you look at the guys that he mentioned, he named. Jason Peters is an overweight tight end coming out of, I think, Arkansas. He was like 300 pounds at the time, which obviously was a clear indication he wasn't going to be a tight end. When it comes to who was the other one? Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas was a so-so quarterback after Tyrod left. But he had the size and athleticism. I think he was a wide receiver in high school too, so that helps out a lot. And Logan Thomas is the kind of guy that either you do this, even with Tyree Jackson, you do this or you're out of the league, and you got to try. So yeah, it worked out, but it wasn't like in your case where you're talking about a guy who played at Penn State at slot. Now we're going to put you exclusively outside, right. Or a guy that played exclusively outside, we're going to put you in the slot at UB. In Cam Lewis, you want to get a look at somebody for what you drafted them for. If they don't do well there, then you look at what else you can do. But I think that's your point. In Steve's instances, they just weren't going to cut it at the positions they got drafted to play or got into the league playing. But our guys didn't get a shot to show what they have. And if Daquan Hardy makes the team, in any kind of cornerback play, you know, for being a cornerback. I don't care where they put him. But the thing is, he got to the league to do one thing. He got to the league to be the slot guy, to be a return man. And now we're not trying him there.
Right.
You know, you're replacing him right away and telling him, we're evaluating guys, but we want to evaluate in something that you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
How does that work?
Right.
I got 3 arrow downs, offensive line entirely. Arrow down. Your boy, KJ Hamler's an arrow down for me.
Now let's talk about Hamler. Why is that? I know the muff. He muffed the kick.
He muffed the kick, but I don't know. If I felt like, again, in my mind, this is the opportunity for you to prove why you should make the 53, why we should pay you. And to me, he didn't live up to the expectations that I had for him. He didn't look very confident in the receiving game either. And then, like, the special teams, like that may be his key to make the team in special teams. And not to say he can't come back from it, but the only opportunity he got, he didn't capitalize on it.
I mean, he had a good punt return. He had 2 good kick returns. I mean, he had a muff, but you know, the other ones they weren't bad to me. I thought, you know, the one pass that Trubisky airmailed, he got his hands on it, but he's 5'9", so whatever. I mean, I definitely want to see more from him.
Yeah.
You know, he obviously wasn't arrow up for me. I didn't say he stunk.
Right.
I think my riser, though, Javon Solomon.
Yeah.
He was a breath of fresh air for that terrible look at defensive line. You know, if it wasn't for him, just big poo-poo for all of them.
Yeah. My last one was Sam Martin.
Talk to me now. Talk to me slowly.
Arrow down, baby.
Talk to me slow.
That's what I think they got to bring in somebody else to compensate.
Oh, you mean like Jack Browning that they cut?
Yeah, I was just gonna say they cut every other.
I don't know if they're gonna bring him back, but I bet you they bring another punter in there.
You know what it probably was? Browning probably wore some Jordans to practice. That's probably what it was.
Right.
I think they figured, we'll just cut the punter.
Well, they're paying so much. They're paying Martin so much that they're like, we're not going to put any more money into another punter.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I get it. They said the wind was affecting the Bears kicker too, but still.
Not
man,
that shank.
Like,
that second punt, that was a shank.
Yeah, come on, man.
That was horrible. Now, the thing about him, his hang time was 3.9 seconds. 3.9, the average is like 4.2, 4.3.
Right.
So the one long he outkicked the coverage because he had no hang time on it. And he got a good return on it. Now he ended up with a 40.5 net return or net average. Yeah. But you know, it could have been diminished had he had a little more leg under the ball. Put some air under it. I mean, you're going to lose some distance, but there will be no returns. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he had a better day than I thought he was going to have, even though it still stunk. The stinkers I had was O-line run blocking. Definitely run blocking. I thought they were decent in pass blocking. Buechele just made them look trash in pass blocking. MVS. He was out there with the 2s and 3s. Did absolutely jack nothing. If he's going to be out there with the 3s even, you got to do something. You got to show. Shane Buechele. Obviously, I'm not going to speak about him anymore. Kendall Williamson. Poo-poo. First team pass rush. And accidentally, John Perry was a riser. Because, come on now, I heard a stat that Sean McDermott has not won 2 challenges in 1 year.
Oh.
He won 2 in 1 game. Now, it was a preseason, but it's...
Yo, is that real? He ain't won 2 challenges in a year?
That's what I heard. He ain't won 2 in a year. He's like 7-29, 7-31 or something like that in his career.
Dang.
He's horrible. Like, notoriously bad.
Yo, who was this on the staff? Like, yeah, no, don't do that. Like, normally, like, when you see other people, like, there'll be coaches, they'll be like, yo, throw it, or like, yo, don't throw it. Is he just, like, going on a whim? Like, he ain't got nobody that he can look to help him out?
No, he has. He just won't.
He highlights John Perry on the screen there.
Who do I look? No, he's like, you know what? I feel good about this one.
Right. That's the point. No. Somebody said today. They said Sean McDermott is a good coach. Shady said it. He didn't say it on today's episode, but he said it the episode that I was watching. He said Sean is a good coach, and I thought about that. I'm like, how? You know what I mean? And then he brought up the fact that his defense helped the team get to the Super Bowl and all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, I could see calling him a good coach from the perspective of he's good at getting what he needs out of the players from the positions that he specializes in, secondary, right? And the scheme that he ran, it was a good scheme back in 2017. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So from that perspective, it's like, okay, I could see saying good coach, mm-hmm. but to this point about the challenges, bad decision maker. And I think that's really what this all boils down to, and that's probably the real problem that we have with Sean right now is that he's a bad decision maker, but a good coach. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's a tough spot.
Yeah, I think that's the best way. You broke it down perfectly because it was never getting people to buy in. It was never, putting the right people on the field at the right times, I guess. But it's when it comes down to the come down. It's always the decision making that screws us.
Like if you look at it, like if I would definitely say he's a good coach. Like in the regular season, like he wins games. Yeah. His defense does good. He never gets blown out. Mm-hmm. That's a good coach. Mm-hmm. But as far as getting to the next level, that's where it comes on those decisions. That's why we don't have a championship in the playoffs or we make it there because of the decision making from the coaching. Yeah, so I think he needs to get better in that area. Not to say that it's impossible, because like I said, you got the hard part down. Like you can get there. It's just when you get there, I don't know if he got to trust his staff or not be not be emotional during the game. Like I don't know what his problem is, but like he gotta figure that out, man.
You know what it is too. He might need to go through what Andy Reid went through, right? Like
getting fired.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. I know I've been banging a drum for that for so long, but I truly and I mean this from the standpoint of like there are certain things that you can't reflect on or you can't learn when you're still in the moment. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When you're still in the thick of everything and you got to worry about all the problems you have, sometimes it takes you getting hit by a car and being in a hospital bed for 10 weeks to realize what's important in life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And maybe that's I'm not saying Sean McDermott needs a car crash. I'm just saying maybe he needs to be, sent away for a period of time to kind of reflect on what he's done right and what he's done wrong, to really understand that, like you said, it really does come down to that. I truly believe that. It comes down to who he's willing to trust. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at the way he started with the team, he had a big group of guys who've been there and done that before. A lot of guys who had a lot of knowledge that could give him a lot of information that could help him. And little by little, year after year, we saw that circle get closer and tighter and smaller and less diverse and less experience. You know what I mean? To the point now where it's Joe Brady, who's been an offensive coordinator for, a total of 4 years, mm-hmm. and Bobby Babbitt, who's a first-time defensive coordinator. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very small circle now of guys that he trusts to be in positions of power or positions of any kind of, power dynamic within, on the team, and so it's, I think it is going to come down to that because he doesn't show any signs of slowing down now. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a show that I watch that I really love. It's called All American. It's on Netflix. Love the show. What I like about the show is a football show, but the stuff that they go through, they put them in real life situations. And what I like about it is they don't beat around the bush, right? They get to the root of the problem, to the foundation of your issue, and they really bring that out. And one of the things on there was they had a coach, but they brought in a new coach. The new coach was all about analytics, right? To the point where they're in the championship, and your star player is telling you, "No, we got to do something different to win this game." So they're going in. So you're gonna like this, The analytics coach says, "Hey, listen, my star player, catch the ball, run out on the 20. We're gonna kick a field goal. We're gonna win in overtime." And he looking like, we can win the game now. Why go through that? Well, the analytics, I don't want to hear the analytics. So the other coach, so he's the offensive coordinator. So the head coach is like, dude looking like, yo, what you going to do? So he got to make a decision. Are you going to listen to your offensive coordinator who got you to the championship? Or are you going to listen to your star player who's sitting there banging his chest, saying, yo, this is how we can win the game. Coach reflects. He makes a decision. He says, you know what? He says, speak. What do you want to do? He tells them to play. They do the play. They win. What would Sean McDermott do?
Oh, he definitely going with his offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's getting a field goal.
You're right.
And I think that's the problem. Like, good coaches make those tough decisions in crucial situations.
And trust their guys and trust the right things.
Yeah, I think McDermott is never going to trust Josh.
No,
and that's sad, man, because as good as Josh is, especially in the playoffs.
I don't think it's sad. I don't think it's sad. Because Josh he's a danger to himself. Josh, let Josh tell it. Josh gonna get you 30 rushing touchdowns.
You the ball, coach.
Right. No, I don't need you guys.
Josh, it's 4th and 45. I can do it.
Straight, I got it.
Right.
He's like, I got it. I got MVS over here. I got my man Frank Gore. We good.
It's like Sean thinks he has Rudy at quarterback.
Right.
What do you think is actually happening out there right now? Like, you have the second best quarterback in the entire NFL. What are you doing?
I think, like he said, Josh didn't want to say it in his press conference, but he was like, yeah, I thought I was going to get to go back out there. I wonder why he got pulled right after scrambling. Did you see this thing? Did you look at the second time you watched the game? Did you watch McDermott when Josh got up?
No. What did he do? McDermott
was over there, had the headset on, and he had his hand on his hip, was walking with Josh, staring at him. He was just staring, parallels the whole time. He was like, he's like, you know your ass messed up, right? You know you messed up, right? Huh?
Because he slid?
Yeah. When Josh started running, McDermott started to walk with Josh. And when Josh slid, he was right there and Josh stood up and McDermott was still walking with him. He was like, I know he was saying something. So
to me, too, when Josh brings it up in the presser, like, I kind of wanted to stay in that drive. I wanted to finish that drive.
He said, I thought I was playing some more. Right. You were until you did that.
Right, that's true.
You done messed up, right? That's what McDermott like. You know you done messed up, right? He was probably walking like,
Right.
Have a seat.
But that's the conundrum because, like, what do you expect Josh to do? Stay back there and get sacked?
No, throw the ball away. That's what he wanted.
Now, here's the thing. Josh, in his mind, okay, I'm going to do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but play's broken down. Time for me to run. Wait, it's preseason. I don't want to get hurt. I better slide. He slides.
McDermott like, didn't we talk about this?
I did it right. What do you mean?
I slid. I ain't take nobody on. I ain't lower my shoulder or nothing.
Right. I told you one thing. The one thing you couldn't do. Have a seat. He's out there like, Bucel's running. Nobody cares about Bucel.
Exactly. No, he is so scared of losing. And don't get me wrong. I get it. I will be very upset if I lost Josh, my star quarterback, from an injury. Yeah. However, I have a contingency plan. Not to say that it's going to be better, but just in case Josh get hurt, he can do a okay job, and hopefully Josh can come back. Not, who you going to get? Oh, just throw Barkley in. We'll be all right.
Yeah, not Case Keenum. Please not Case Keenum or Kyle Allen. Man. Even Josh knew Kyle was trash. When he got hurt, he came out that tent. They said Kyle's going. He's like, He was like, where my helmet at? My arm is just barely hanging on, but I'm gonna go out there and do better than he can. No, it's bad. And that's the thing. Like you sit there, and this is the indictment that I want our fans and see. The people that listen to this show now, they're with us. They understand because they subscribe. Yeah. They ain't canceled us yet, so like I don't have to explain stuff. But when you're out there and you are in the first preseason game and say we lose Josh, we're done. That means you built your team wrong.
Exactly. Yep.
You built it completely wrong. So
put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah. And you didn't give that basket any kind of eggs. Josh is the basket with no eggs. You gave him MVS. This is why I say you gotta protect Josh from himself. He wanted MVS. He wanted Matt Barkley. He wanted Kyle Allen. Dude, no. I'm like, don't you tell your kids? Nope.
Exactly.
Ain't getting them.
Exactly. Why? Bro, you can't say that loud enough. Why? Gosh.
But I wish I could just have a conversation with Josh. Why would he want MVS?
Because he ate his food at the crib. He came over. They had a nice conversation. They had a great bonding session.
Before he came to the house, why would you want him to come to your house?
That's true too.
Yeah. Like, why would you I don't know. What was it about MVS that Josh says, I want you on my team?
Let me explain this again. Josh Allen is a danger to himself and us. This is why. Because Josh Allen is super talented, but he doesn't act like he knows it. Josh Allen is super nice. He doesn't oppose anything. Yep. If McDermott and Bean say, we like this guy, we're going to get him in here, have him over. Josh isn't going to say no. Josh gonna fill him out, and they be like, "What do you think?" "Oh, I like him. You know, like my son. Every time I give Ken something to eat, he be like, "Don't take a second bite. This is good. Won't take a second bite."
Damn.
Every time, and that's what Josh does. What do you like about Emmanuel Sanders? What do you like about John Brown again? What about who's he said no to?
Instead of being real, like
I can't. Can you do better?
right.
You know,
So-
can you do better?
Kev is saying no, he didn't request MVS. Bills felt it was a good idea to visit. So I could see that. I could see it playing out that way. Let's just have him in for a visit and see how it goes, and then he goes and hangs out with Josh. And
kinda
like, did you hear the mic'd up where MVS was like, this is like right before the game or something like that?
He went to his house 3 times.
And they had a good time, and now they're friends,
Now they're cool.
and Josh is such a great guy. Like, just kissing up, like, that's not even funny, bro. Like, we really think you like that, MVS. Like, right now, it looks like that's how you got on the team. That's how you got a Bills jersey, is by doing that.
I mean, they said Josh Allen wanted him on the team. They said it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, that's after the visit, though. Like, before
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, to Kel's point, yes, he did.
Oh,
Josh
yeah.
Allen definitely 100% said, I want him.
Yeah, but I think what Kev thought was that Mac was saying
That he
before
requested
MVS
him.
even
before he
came
came up, no,
here.
Right, that he requested him.
No,
Like,
he would have to
hey,
get his head examined
you
for
that.
that.
What I want? Give me that MVS kid.
Yeah.
he had to get his head examined
that
for that
wouldn't
one.
make sense at all. Like,
Right.
Josh, what are you
Right.
doing? Why are you even
Exactly.
looking at MVS right now? You know what I mean? Like,
But yeah,
No.
I can see that. He
Yeah.
come in there. They
hit it off.
They hit
Yeah.
it off. Like, oh, you're really cool. You know what? Yeah, come on. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I would've-
'Cause
you know what I would've said?
that's Josh. Josh is, I want all my best friends around me all the time.
You know what I
That's
would have
Josh.
said? I would have said, I'm not a great deep ball thrower. This guy does nothing else but run deep routes and drop them usually. I need somebody to separate over the middle. I need somebody that's physical, somebody that's got hands. I need somebody that's not going to oppose me like Steph Diggs did when I need a number one guy that's good that can run all the routes. I want somebody a little younger.
Yeah. How about somebody that's from Dallas? that's trying to get they're kind of trying to get out. How about somebody that has a cousin on the team?
I could
I don't
that.
know. Maybe a CeeDee Lamb.
How about
No,
that?
instead of doing that, Locked Rain said thoughts on signing Demir Bird.
No.
I mean, he caught a nice pass from the boy in Washington last preseason
He
game.
did.
Yeah, nah.
To me, it's like it's kind of like what Key said. He's decent, but I want better.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I want better.
Yep.
Give me CD.
I mean, you look at why we can't get CD because they built the team wrong. They gave money to places that he shouldn't have put money to, and now you can't afford to pay somebody that slips through the cracks. You know, your boy Justin Simmons, he's in Atlanta right now. And speaking of which, I thought Keon Coleman was a red zone threat. What was that?
Bruh, he tripped.
All 3 times?
All 3 times.
Oh man, I mean the one time
I don't even. They threw it to him all 3 times, or
it was 2 or 3. Yeah, the one who was it? Jalen Johnson.
yes.
The one was a bad pass, and he had to play defense.
Yeah.
So that wasn't his
Right.
fault. Like he
Well,
literally
that was
saved
the first one.
He saved that one.
He saved that one,
That was
but
pick.
the other one,
The other one,
you got the body. You got to get the body in there. I mean, you got to get your body in there.
Literally, their feet got locked up. So if his feet didn't get locked up, he was absolutely coming down with that. That was
Maybe.
a touchdown.
Maybe.
Like, you got to go back and watch it though.
I did. I watched it 3 times.
Well, I don't
Maybe.
know what you're looking at there, bro. Did you put your glasses on? when you
Maybe.
was watching?
I put them on and I had contacts on too. I doubled up.
Yeah, but that first one was definitely
Microscoping that
he had to play defense on the first one.
The first one, I'll give you that. But my thing is, if that's what you're gonna get.
Oh, they just did. Okay, so I'm sorry
What?
to interrupt.
What?
So I guess breaking news from Locked Rain. Well, per ESPN,
Oh, the Bills signed him?
Bills just signed Demir Bird.
Whatever. Whatever. It
I tell
makes
you what.
sense.
I tell you what. Probably better than MVS.
Yeah, probably.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you figure
Downfield
Claypool's
threat.
on the mend. Claypool's on the mend. MVS, Brian Thompson got hurt.
But I can't see any of these guys that are hurt making the team. I just, you know what I mean? Like,
I think the only one who had a legit shot was Claypool.
Yep.
But I think he missed too much time.
exactly.
Yeah.
I can't.
He's
I
the
can't
only
see
one,
him
though.
holding the
Practice
spot for
squad.
him. Right.
He'll be a practice squad player, maybe. depending if he's amicable to it. But
Hey,
I'm
really into the Shavers kid, man. If he could pull it out, man, let's go with Shavers, man.
I have Shavers already on the team, so I already got him there.
I
already had him there. So for me, it's like a formality
before we
now.
even got to camp. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Well, no, for now it's a formality because last year we had Gabe Davis, we had Steph Diggs taking up two positions. You know, you had some contingencies in Trent Sherfield and Hardy.
Ruined my training camp experience.
Preseason pledge. You should have took it.
Training camp pledge for me. I'm like, man, this kid is nice.
When are you supposed to take the pledge and when are you not? It seems like it only works in your favor.
No, you take the pledge when somebody that's not supposed to make the team does something good. You be like, oh, snap. Jake Browning just boomed the punt. Wow. Preseason pledge that. Oh, snap. Trent Sherfield caught a pass. Wow, he had 20 catches in his career before he came to Buffalo.
So Tyler Grable actually looks better than he's supposed to at this point. We got to take the preseason pledge?
Well, okay. No, you don't when you don't say he should be a starter. Now, if you say Tyler Grable leapfrogs two guys to be a starter now, he's better than Deion Dawkins?
No,
not you.
No,
that's what I'm saying. When
you're talking about stupid people. You're talking about stupid people?
People that call GR and say these outlandish things. That's why he came up, because he's like, no. Trubisky is not better than Josh. No. You don't have, Tre'Davious White is not worse than Levi Wallace. No, we don't have this, and that's where that came about.
So they ruined it for everybody to the point where now you have to take the preseason pledge.
If you want to step out of pocket, you better take that pledge. Because they're like, Keaton Bills, he's the next hot thing.
Roy, help me out, man. Help me out. Because we basically just reacting to stupid people now. Like that's
we try to leave them alone. Nobody here is dumb. That's why we're here. But speaking of the preseason pledge, I have a new award.
Oh boy.
The Ashton Yabody Award.
Oh,
who does it go to so far after game one?
Whoever got the longest neck.
Hold on. What is the
whoever got the longest neck?
What is the criteria for the Ashton Yabody Award?
The Ashton Yabody Award is the player that looks great in preseason and then either doesn't make the team or you just have nothing that he's going to do in the regular season.
He was supposed to be something too. He's a third-round pick.
You should have took the pledge.
Huh?
You should have taken the pledge.
Why? No, I will never take the pledge. When I first heard it, I'm like, it's stupid.
Could it be Frank Gore Jr.?
Wow.
Could it be?
I didn't have Frank Gore Jr.
No.
Did Ty Johnson even play?
No.
That's the thing, because they had him as a second stringer.
Yeah, he didn't play.
They had Ray Davis behind Ty Johnson, and then
so the only body who touched the ball was Davis, Cook, and Darrington Evans and Gore.
And
Those
Gore.
only four.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then minus the QBs.
Mm-hmm. So what was the question? Is
the
Gore...
Yabody Award? Who is your recipient after game one?
That's good in preseason that I know is not going to do anything in the regular season?
That's not probably
pretty much
not going to make the team.
Might not make the team, or you're not going to hear about him again after this. Even though they got to start. Who's pledgeable?
So Frank Gore for me.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he's probably gone now, but my man Shane Buechele would have won that. He would have won that hands down.
Wait, who?
Shane Buechele. He would have won that.
Yeah.
He would have won that, man.
Yeah, I would have gave it to him. I hate everybody. Yeah, you could probably give it to Andy Isabella too. I mean, he's another one of those guys where it's like even last year they were like he looks great at camp, he this and that, and he did absolutely nothing during the season.
Mine, Chukwumeka Jonathan, Kingsley Jonathan for sure.
You don't think he's gonna make the squad?
It's not that he's not gonna make it, but everybody raised about how good he was, how much he was in the backfield, and this that. But he's not gonna see the field. He's not. Just stop. I mean. You got Javon Solomon's probably going to be over him. They love Cameron Klein, but he's not going to make the team. He's another one that I'll put up there.
Yeah.
I did not. I got to watch again. I did not see anything out of Dwayne Curtin. I'm like, yo, this was it. Oh. He did nothing in the pass game, but the run game, whatever. He was okay. Mm-hmm. I asked Pat Moran how he felt about Branson Dean, the nose tackle. I thought he had some good power off the line, and he took the double teams well. And inversely, Austin Johnson got pushed way into the secondary when he got double team, I don't know what kind of nose tackle he's going to be. He's got to start over again.
I mean, he had like one good play.
Well, he was good on one-on-ones. But when he got a double team, forget about it. They washed him right out.
Right. You need to explain to Locked Rain what exactly is the pledge.
The what? Oh, the pledge?
The pledge.
Okay. The pledge is no matter how good or how bad somebody does in preseason, it's not gospel.
Yeah.
Because you got guys every year. What was that? What was the running back? Christian Wade. That was preseason pledgeable. I think that's why it started, because of him. He's the number 2 guy. Man, this dude ain't making the team.
It up in preseason, taking 50-yard
every time he touched the ball, he took off.
Yeah, he was gone.
It's like, all right, cool, and then he got no.
But yeah, you guys remember this guy never played football
right?
Before, right? He's a right.
But they were. I mean, he was all over the Peterman can. Remember that song?
Yo,
the Peterman can.
I sipped the Peterman Kool-Aid, bro.
I
really did.
I don't think I sipped the Kool-Aid, but I wanted him to be all right, because I wanted Josh to be able to sit down for a minute. That's why I was like, just
even when they sat Tyrod and they put Peterman, I was like, yeah. As I'm watching that game, I'm like, the first one, it wasn't his fault. It was tipped. Okay. The second one, I was like, oh, man.
Like, man, that was.
And then the third one, I'm like,
yo. And
then the fourth one, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And then the last one, I was like, oh, my God.
He's got to go.
Where's Tyrod?
Yeah.
Tyrod, like, nope.
Like, nah, fam.
The moment, like, I didn't buy into Nathan Peterman at all. As soon as Josh was drafted and I saw him in his first appearance in the playoff game against the Browns, I'll never forget this moment. I think I texted one of y'all. I might have texted both of y'all. It might have been in a group chat when this happened. But Josh drops back. I think we were at the 2-yard line or something like that, like real close to the end zone. Josh drops back. He's got a pass rush coming up the middle on his right side. Sidesteps the dude. Takes a couple of steps up like he's getting ready to run towards the end zone, and fires a bullet right over the middle. And I forgot who it was that caught it. But the receiver was just blazing out of the left side of the field, and the pass was right on target, right in the dude's gut for a touchdown. And it all just happened so quick. It was just boop, boop, touchdown, boom, done. I saw that moment, and I'm like, he evaded the pass rush. He still had the wherewithal to find the open receiver. Mm-hmm. He threw an extremely accurate pass that nobody was finna pick off because that thing was a bullet. And not only that, but it was a catchable ball to the receiver in stride for a touchdown. I said, that is a Tom Brady moment. That is an elite moment. Soon as I saw that, I was like, if he's got that in him in preseason, his first real game action, live bullets, if he's got that in him, even for just a flash, imagine what it's going to look like in a few years. Like, that's when I knew he was going to be elite. So I never bought into the whole Nathan Peterman thing at all. I didn't even know who the dude was, and I didn't care. I was all about Josh. And that's just what it was.
Obviously, I got to go. But before,
damn,
I know.
It's 7:58 already?
I know. Before we go, Damiere Byrd. Just a real quick rundown. He was drafted by the Carolina. Actually, he wasn't drafted. He was a free agent in 2015. He's 31 and a half. So he'll be 32 this year. He's 5'9", 175.
5'9".
Okay, let's see what he does good. I don't know.
Let's make him an outside receiver.
Man,
put him on the outside, run deep routes all day.
Let's do it.
Sinke says, take a swing at Michael Thomas.
How old is he?
Michael Thomas, 32.
No,
32.
I mean, he's very
this
familiar
is
with.
Old man.
I'm
just tired of
type
old.
of offense. Yeah. Huh?
I'm just tired of old.
Yeah,
that's their MO. That's their MO. I want to
Exactly.
go. I want to be old. He's 30. Yeah, he'll be 30. He's just about a month younger than Damiere Byrd. No.
Locked Rain said it's the side for me.
It's the what?
The side.
But yeah, let's see. What are his stats real quick? Let me see if I can find them.
I wouldn't even mind if they get somebody that's like an up and coming receiver that's not quite one or two, but like got potential.
Give me a 25, 26 year old.
You mean like KJ Hamler, who they seem to not want to give a real chance to?
Yeah.
That infuriates me. Like,
Demir
really
Bird,
draw a play for the dude and watch what he does on the field.
36 receptions on 63 targets. Or his career, 57.1% receiving percentage, 507 yards, and 4 career touchdowns.
I could have told you he's nothing great.
No, I knew that, but I just didn't know, what people know about him, and that's
probably nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah,
and it's fine. He looks like a youngster on the picture here. Man, he looks small.
More power to him.
He said he looks small.
Yeah, tiny dude.
All right. Well, it's that time.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get it cracking. All right. So, if you are hearing that music, that means it is time for us to rollio. So, if you haven't done already, hit that like, subscribe, and make that thing
ring a lang a lang.
The bell. The bell.
Yes.
The bell. Make the bell ring a lang. Roy says Bird's here for the preseason games. That's all. Wouldn't be surprised.
We got 13 wide receivers. I don't want to hear that.
Well, they all got to try out something.
None of this makes sense.
Yeah.
None of it.
All right. So, man, we got some pretty big changes coming up. For those of you that don't know, our producer is going to be leaving us in another week and a half. Very depressing moment. This man has changed the show forevermore, and he will absolutely be missed. I'm going to be saying this until his last day.
He's still part of the family.
No doubt.
I mean,
he will make appearances whenever he has vacation time and stuff like that, but he has found employment as a welder with his welding degree from Alfred State. So definite praise and proud of him for accomplishing his dream. But he will be missed. So we're going to have a new producer very soon who will be helping me to stay on time with these closeouts. Anyway, every link you need to get to is in the description of this video. We have the Ree's Tea, the best tasting tea in town. That link is in the description. Go ahead and hit that link and order yourself some, and tell me it ain't the best tea you ever tasted. Okay. The Do Champions Media Network link, that's in the description. Also, if you want to check out some of our network's other content, you can head over there and see what we do. We got some great stuff, some great content, interviews, and I mean these guys are bringing people in left and right that are just interesting conversations and all that. So get over there if you haven't been there already. Check them out. Other than that, we will be back on Friday. Jeez, it's already Monday. We'll be back on Friday, 6 p.m. Apologies for all the technical difficulties today. We just
thank y'all for rocking with us.
Yeah, we thank you for being patient with us through this transition process. It's definitely a transition process for sure, but we will get it right and we will make it all work. Other than that, this has been the Postpodium Podcast, home of the all truth, no sodium takes. Almost messed that up.
Don't do it.
I've been your co-host, Aramis.
Melly Mac.
40 Keys.
All right, you guys have a great night. Thank you very much.
Jesus.